Who has to eat butter? Who has to eat margarine? You have to know all these things. So what we are doing is we are using science to guide you properly so that saturated fat does not get into your bone marrow. We have two bone marrows. We have the red bone marrow, we have the yellow bone marrow. The red bone marrow is what produces our cells, our red blood cells, white blood cells, and all that. Then the yellow bone marrow is the one that has fat. But there should not be too much fat in there. Because you are eating nuts, you are eating this. All right. The fat that is in the yellow bone marrow will migrate to the red bone marrow and will shut down the platelet making mechanism. As a result, you know some people who bleed and bleed and bleed and bleed and bleed and cannot stop. They just keep bleeding. They go to a doctor and they remove them. They do a tooth extraction and you'll be bleeding for hours. Okay. If you have a bleeding problem, you give us a call. If you have a white blood cell problem that is too low all the time, you give us a call. Maybe because of your diet, because of the saturated fat you were eating, now the yellow bone marrow got saturated and some of the fat has spilled into the red bone marrow section. So your diet depends on your origin. Just give us an idea and then we'll help you. But don't tell your children, hey, it's breakfast time. Let them know that, okay, food is ready. Then be watching. The one who is not ready to eat, watch again the second time, the third time. Then you give us a call. There's something wrong. A human being must be hungry, especially children. They must be hungry very fast. And if the child is not hungry, that's a big problem. Okay? All right, thank you. Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask if the list in your book, does it closely mimic Dr. Sebi's living group?
No, I know Dr. Sebi, and many patients who were with Dr. Sebi came to me because they were not getting results. Because Dr. Sebi asked them not to eat hybrid foods and all that. And when I was in the laboratory, what I discovered was it is the amount of enzymes you produce that help you to digest many foods. And if you are not producing certain enzymes, taking you away from certain foods will not help you to achieve the objective. So our emphasis is learn to produce enzymes, and the few enzymes you have produced, do not denature them by drinking alcohol, by drinking lemonade, by drinking lime juice. This is what God has done. God has given us free will. You are free to do whatever you want with the body God gave you. If you like, go up there, throw yourself, and commit suicide. God is there, and God is looking at you. God will never say, oh my son, oh I love you very much, oh you'll be going to church every Sunday, please don't do that, please don't do that. God will never say that. You want to throw yourself into the river? Go and throw yourself in the river. But if you want to use your God-given intelligence to pick right from wrong, we will tell you that, you know what? These foods are better for the human race. Carrots are not for us. Carrots are for rabbits. But you see, oh, you have to eat a carrot. Oh, it's good. Oh, salad. Oh, you must. Fine. When I'm treating a person who has epilepsy, you know epilepsy, seizures. And then you have Huntington disease. You know Huntington disease, where the person dances. He dances like this in the street, everywhere. Just dancing. That is Huntington disease. Korea. Okay. When I'm treating a person who has Huntington disease or who has epilepsy, seizures, you know there are many women who have seizures when they are delivering a baby. They have seizures. I will tell them, don't eat this, don't eat green peas, don't eat green beans, don't eat carrots, because they will denature the enzymes that you need for body essentials or for brain essentials. So the list of the items that you see in these books, these are the items which after I have added the positives and the negatives, there are fewer negatives. So they are good for the human race. So the ones that have too many negatives, please don't try it. I did not add spinach. Spinach is not there. No. Spinach, somebody has kidney stones, bladder stones. Then I ask them, tell me, what is your favorite food? Your favorite green food? My favorite green food? Oh, spinach. Thank you very much. Case closed. All right, now I know the root cause of your problem. Before I reverse your condition for you by bringing more osmosis into your bladder or into your kidney, you have to promise me one thing, and you have to comply with the recommendation. You are not going to eat spinach anymore. After 3 months, you went back for the test, no more bladder stones, no more kidney stones. It is the food we eat that makes us sick. And now we have science to tell us why. Thank you. Yes, please.
The root cause for thyroid.
Oh, the root cause of thyroid. Okay. You see, some people cook with Himalayan salt. Others cook with rock salt. After chromatographic studies, we have discovered that the amount of iodine, the amount of sodium, and the amount of iodine and the amount of sodium are not enough. The amount of iodine and sodium are not enough in Himalayan salt. This is why we are advising people not to cook with Himalayan salt. People who are cooking with rock salt, we advise them not to cook with rock salt either. We advise people to cook with iodized salt, because the ratio of sodium, chlorine, and iodine is 3:1. That is perfect. So when you are cooking, always add iodized salt to the food on the fire, not at the table. Take away all the salt shakers from your table. No salt shakers should be there, please. Because if you do, you need about 100 or more degrees of Fahrenheit heat to split chlorine from sodium in sodium chloride. That is the kind of heat you need to split it before it gets into your body. If you use the salt shaker to put salt on your food, your body heat will not be able to reach 100 degrees Fahrenheit or more unless you have fever. Unless you have fever. So what does it mean? It means the sodium and the chlorine and the iodine will form a stone, that will block the thyroid gland from producing T3 and T4. And this is how the thyroid gland problem will start. You have either hypothyroid or hyperthyroid. Either you start getting fat or you start getting lean, your eyes will be protruding, or you have other different symptoms of thyroid disorder, whether hyper or hypo. All this depends on the ratio of sodium, chlorine, and iodine combination in the food. Always do that when you are cooking. It is boiling. That is the time to add salt. That is how you do it. Thank you. Yes, please. Okay, I think we are running behind now, and let other people also come to perform, because I also enjoy it.
No more.
What would you recommend for an ADHD kid?
ADHD, okay, ADHD, okay, that's right. I've cured countless cases, and we have the particulates that will help you to produce the brain essential that will extend the focusing time and the concentration time. But this is what I will do. But as a parent, what I would like you to do is, number one, take the child off carrots. Take the child off apples and apple juice. And once you have started, now watch their sleep. Watch their sleep. If they talk in their sleep, if they grind their teeth in their sleep, they have words. So start, either if you have word medicine, or you know a good herbalist was wormwood or something, go ahead and do it quick. When your child is sleeping, go and take a peek and stand there for a few minutes and see what is happening. Is your child grinding his teeth or her teeth? Is your child talking in their sleep? Once you start addressing these ones, then it will be faster and easier to address the ADHD. Thank you.
All right, what did everybody think about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Bill, do you have anything for us? Okay. I'm slowly transitioning. So that's why it's transitioning.
Hi everyone, we have a sign-in sheet going around. We're actually going to do a gift certificate giveaway. If you enjoyed the information you hear today, thank you, Danny Azrael, for inviting us down. You can actually learn more.